Hi there, Alex Hickey here with the next song in my Myth of Normal song project. This is the first song for chapter 33, which is the last chapter of the book. We're getting right down to the end of the project. There might be just a couple more songs after this one. This song is a summation of the whole book. It covers pretty much everything and includes a call to action from Dr. Maté. There's so much in it, I'm going to put a bunch of footnotes in the description below the video on YouTube rather than making a super long introduction. The only thing I do want to say in the introduction is that the chorus is a direct quote from James Baldwin that Dr. Maté references in the chapter. The song, appropriately enough, is called Beginning of the End. Here we are with Dr. Maté at the beginning of the end of his book, The Myth of Normal. And he says, here it is. I've laid it out for you. What now? How do we even begin to ask the question, what will it take to unmake the myth of normal? This vast array of blind spots and prejudices, health-killing fictions, manufactured misperceptions, embedded in our culture, serving and protected by the ruling class, the 1%, that knows its interests are best served by these beliefs, who will fight to maintain the status quo, even to the point of self-destruction, of planetary immolation. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed that is not faced. Dr. Maté says he doesn't know. It was simpler to explain the situation than it is to create a blueprint to solve it. And also he says he doesn't want to use his last chapter to stand up on a soapbox. That makes sense to me. I get it. The answer can't come from one man. Not when the problem lies in passivity, a lack of agency, external manipulation, and willful internal ignorance. No. Dr. Maté can't hand us an answer, but he can point the way. He tells us we need things he has presented in his book, a biopsychosocial approach to medicine and healing, to view disease, personal, cultural, and environmental, as a teacher, to focus on attachment and authenticity, and above all, to engage in fearless self-inquiry. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed that is not faced. We're going to need a couple of things in our backpacks. First, hope, the optimism of heart and soul, which are the birthplace of will. Hope is good. It helps. If we can work to heal our trauma so we can respond creatively, not reactively, we will believe that we can create something. And then we can get a feel for what wants to be created. That attunement to growth is a facet of authenticity. It sees the resilience of people, the goodness of our nature, and the mysterious healing powers of our bodies and our minds. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed that is not faced. Things are bad. If we are to change them, we must face them. Dr. Maté often asks people, would you prefer to be illusioned or disillusioned? Disillusionment holds a negative connotation, akin to disappointment or a sense of having been betrayed. We pay a cost for it. We must let go of something we believed, something comfortable, something we identified with and built part of our world around. It's the sign we put in the window, the compliance we thought we were trading for safety. Losing this is scary, and it involves grief. I can see why we avoid it. To be disillusioned is to confront denial, the well-constructed barriers that confine us to one version of events. instead of seeing that two things or more can be true, which opens doors. It's important that we know this truth, that our compliance does not guarantee our safety, that the bargain we thought we had struck is only kept on one side. The other side is a lie. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed that is not faced. If you imagine the capitalist system will one day wake up and change itself, I have news for you. No, it's time for each of us, individually and in groups, to do the work. And please take solace and sustenance in knowing that you are only one of an ever-growing number of people engaging with and confronting these ideas. Let's seek out and support one another, find alternative sources of knowledge, learn how to hold uncertainty in the unknown, practice taking the perspective of others, especially those with views different from our own. Listen and pay attention to activists. Become activists in every way we can. We'll open our eyes to the tendrils, the lies of the myth of normal and the way it has us colonized. So we can be citizens in a new way, watching out for our neighbors and for strangers in the street. Caring for ourselves, growing something better, first inside and then outside. Locke Kelly says, grow up and show up. And I add, wake up and shake it up. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed that is not faced. Thanks for listening.